What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage. For the first time in a long fucking time, we have one of the founding fathers back. We have Miroku. What is up, bro?
Not too much.
It's been an eternity. It's been longer since you've been on the podcast than it was since I had Lunchbox. Like Lunchbox was in like the something. Uh, so yeah, you ready to look at some VTubers?
I mean, when did I ever stop?
This is true. We're constantly sending like videos, back clips and videos and whatnot back and forth to each other. It's crazy. Um, so for those who I've obviously talked before about like how much me and Miroku went into Hololive super heavy. We heard Volume 2 was dropping and that it was going to have all the English girls in it, and that made us fear for our wallets again. So I've looked at a bunch of the stuff in here, but you said you've only seen like a handful of the cards in Volume 2 for Hololive.
Yeah, I've seen, what is it? The level 3 Gura. That's it.
I mean, still, if that's the entry of what you've seen, it's just gonna get crazier from here, brother. Um, so yeah, we're going to be looking on Weiss time. They got their archive of stuff of their translations and everything. I say every, but like most of the cards in here have like SR and SSP versions. It's really scary when you look at it. I scrolled all the way down to card number 19 before it stopped showing me an SP. Like, what the Also, for anyone who hasn't looked into the set either, this is a 160 card set. That is not counting like different rarities and stuff. It is a lot. Uh, we've also looked at a couple of the prices and whatnot on the JP side, and yeah, some of those SSPs are going for some crazy prices already. But I know it dropped like what, a month or two ago in JP land, I think. About
Maybe a month, if that.
a month. Okay. I mean, still, regardless, we're big fans of the English girls, of the English Hall Live girls, and ID and everything. Your girl Ollie is in here, the fellow simp. Uh, um, but yeah, we're just gonna get right into this. As per usual, we'll go over every single double rare in each of the colors, and then we'll just kind of like look over what the rest of the cards in each color to see if there's anything that catches our interest, and then we'll just go from there. Uh, Tell you what, since you haven't been back in a hot minute, would you like to start us off with the first one, with the Kanata?
The level 0?
Yes. 001.
uh, during your opponent's turn, 5 or more hand gains a level in 1500. So level 1 3k during your opponent's turn.
Which is interesting that's
And
on your
the
opponent's turn in.
classic,
Uh-huh.
uh, what is it? Riki.
I think that's the typical term is given as
Okay.
for those who are unfamiliar, it's pay one, do yourself a damage, and you get to search. It's only level 1 and lower, which
Or
is the typical
specifically
thing.
level 1 or lower.
Yeah, I gotcha. Um,
Okay.
I've seen a couple that's like level 1 and higher only as well. It just really depends on the set. Um, I do think it's odd that it's like the bonus is during your opponent's turn and not during your turn when you could use her to run into like reversers.
True, but this also has the added thing of if your opponent sides into it, it's a level 1.
I guess that's the thing, is more of a defensive type mindset than okay. True is, whereas you could still side into their level zeros and not worry. So
Mm-hmm.
That is understandable. Okay, so this is pretty cool, and obviously, like I said, I do like the arts. The arts for this, honestly, like this set look like, not to say that the first set didn't have really good artwork, but most of the really good artwork for the first set was like in the trial decks to me. Whereas so many of the ones since Volume 2 doesn't have a trial deck, this has like a ton of just really nice artwork. I'm just showcasing that a little bit real quick.
Yeah. I think it also has to do with the fact that a lot of the set one cards were like screen grabs of the holographs stuff.
Which is still cool. Like in my
Which, you
yeah,
know,
it's not the worst in the world. Um, but then we're gonna go right along. The next double rare is the 1/0 Calliope Mori. Um, the name is a bit longer up here, so it's just like I don't know what the full actual names are for this. Like where for their translations just says 00 Kanata, 1/0 Calliope. It doesn't actually say whatever the name is supposed to be for it. But they typically are pretty good about saying what, like if a card affects another specific name card in the set. And you are not seeing things. This is a 1/0 that has a soul trigger icon, which is even more interesting because I'm going to scroll down just a second here to the climaxes for yellow specifically. I was supposed to say for level 1. The climaxes for yellow specifically are all choice triggers and nothing else. See, the next one's green. So it's very interesting for that, and there's other cards in this set. Like there's a level 0 Ina, and I think another level 1 or level 0 that also has crit triggers that typically, like a lot of the crit triggers have to will typically be a card that has a cost on it, but this doesn't. So that makes me question if that's going to be like a changing trend for future sets and whatnot, which would be really cool. Unless that's already been happening in JP and we just don't know.
I don't I don't remember any happening in JP, but I don't keep up with that side very much.
Yeah, pretty much. Not unless stuff like this drops. But anyway, sorry, I got off tangent for a second there. So 1025. You have 2 or more other Hololive characters. She gains 3k power, making her a 1055. And when this attacks, if you have her choice trigger in your climax area, and all of your characters are Hololive, I hope they are, mill up to 4, choose up to 1 level X or lower Hololive character from your waiting room. Add it to your hand, and this turn, this card gets 500 power. X is equal to the number of cards with a soul trigger mill. Makes me think of the level 1 High Elf Archer from Goblin Slayer. But she only milled 3, if I remember correctly.
Sounds right.
But she had other shenanigans going on as well. But she had a no. Her thing was you milled 3, and for every soul trigger icon, you could grab back a character. This is mill up to 4. You can only grab 1 character, but it gives you higher chances of grabbing higher level cards. So
Right.
that makes more sense now. Okay. It took me a second because I realized I could just reach over and grab the deck box that has the High Elf Archer in it. It's whatever. So yeah, the fact that that is also on like a choice trigger as well, it's going to be very interesting. Building around that and having the other cards that have the soul trigger icons like herself and the Ina and whatnot. So okay, let's continue right along. We have the double rare Subaru. Go for it, my dude.
Hang on a second. I got something in my eye.
Oh, you're good, bro. You crying from seeing how pretty it is already?
Oh no, I'm crying because my wallet is feeling very, very hungry and empty.
It's just seeing it already. If we're 3 cards in and it's already going nom nom. Go ahead and pre-order. We're having a conversation today on the way to meet up with our buddy Joe. We're just sitting there going, "Do we just go ahead and buy a playset?" We're just like sitting there like debating it for like the entire ride. But sorry, go ahead, bro.
Let's see. Climax combo, choice climax, place
Mhm.
in the climax area. If you have another Hololive, till end of your opponent's turn, gains the following two abilities. Pay one to do the twin drive, and the Aaron bounce the hand. All right.
Fun.
And when this card attacks, if you have only Hololive characters, choose a Hololive character, gives it 1500 power. And I noticed it doesn't say other.
True, so she can give it to herself.
Potentially, assuming translation is correct.
Yeah, YC Time's been pretty good about that, to be completely honest, but agreed. It hoping all goes well. Let's go based off of that and like crunch the numbers, because I'm assuming it wants you to give it to itself to make her a 106k, which is a separate effect from the two that the combo gives her, from how I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
the setup. The only thing I'm seeing with this, so it's a 106k with the choice, it's a 17. You don't have to reverse to gain these abilities. The only thing that there's no plussing off of this. Like, I do like the bouncing back to hand thing. Like, like you said, it's like Aaron, it's the thing. I
Yeah,
am only but so much of a fan of the twin drive effect as well.
right.
Um,
But
mhm.
I will say the plussing is based off of swinging twice, potentially hitting choice triggers, and
Yeah.
then this character not being reversed.
So could you count like potential extra damage as the plussing engine version of it?
Uh, Possibly.
I don't know.
I mean, you saw how bad the Night Square deck was. Your level one plussing was on a two soul. So
This is fair. This is very fair. Okay, well, I definitely prefer the Cali between engines, but okay. For those who enjoy the twin drive and Aaron bouncing back effects, you're eating good tonight. Speaking of eating good, uh, this next double rare, the Laplace Darkness, because they are adding in the next generation from JP, which is the Hollow X. Um, so this Laplace is a 3/2 10k on play, heal 1, always good. And when this attacks, if you have the choice in play, it gains the following ability until end of turn. Up to once per turn, when this card's damage is cancelled, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent X times. The specific thing for this is the X is equal to 1 if you only have 1 copy of this card, but it's equal to 2 if you have 2 or more copies of this card. So as long as you have at least 2 copies of this card, you can potentially burn twice. Um,
interesting.
I mean, a full field. I mean, obviously, it's going off way more. Um, but that is like that can be really cool. I don't know how like I need to look at the prices in JP and whatnot, because I want to mess with the Hollow X cards. For the girls with that, I want to be able to pick up like a deck based around that. May be more detrimental to my wallet than I want it to be, but I do like the Hollow X generation. Um, it's interesting. I'm not like against it by any means of the imagination. You can adjust, like, obviously you want to just try to play as many copies as you can. There's no other cost to it other than just when this card's damage is canceled. So
Right. And obviously, you want to try field this for the potential of burn one multiple times.
most definitely, it kind of gives me vibes to the TLR set with Yami, because with the more Yamis that you had, the more cancel burn chances you had as well.
That's a good way of putting it.
Actually, I'm gonna crunch the math real quick, because you had fewer chances of cancel burn if you try fielded Yamis. You gave the buffs to themselves and one other copy of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one would swing, it would have a cancel burn of 1. You would give it to the last one you're going to attack with. Second one, it would have a cancel burn of 1. You would give it to the last one. The last one would swing, you would give it to itself and another one, but the others can't attack now, but it would have a cancel burn of 3 times. So that is a cancel burn instances of 5, whereas if you tri-field this, you have cancel burns of 1 6 times. So, I hope that doesn't mean it has the Yami price tag. That's gonna hurt.
If it does,
we'll see how the deck profiles look in the future.
Yeah.
So, it might be something on the simulator. I'm gonna be real. But that is the last double rare of yellow. So we're both just going to go through all of the rares real quick, just kind of taking a glance. If I see anything crazy, I'll call it out. The Mel rare gives character like on reverse salvage. Pretty cool. The Iroha looks really good. The art for the Iroha looks really good. So he has a bounce back effect. The Matsuri, we got Amelia. Heck yes, more of the Ian, the Hollow Myth girls. The Matsuri is a drop searcher. That's pretty cool. Amelia. On death.
The Watame is interesting.
The Watame? Okay. Oh, okay. When this is placed on stage from hand, mill 2, if there's a climax amongst those cards, choose up to 3 characters, they get +1 soul. Are we trying to do +1 soul rush shenanigans again?
I mean, you've got a top end in yellow that wants to cancel burn.
That's a fair point. Like, it would be crazy.
Plus, you have the Callie from the which one was it? The premium booster that's in Musashi. So
this is true too. I definitely yeah, I got my playset of the Callies. It also says during your turn for each of your other Hololive characters, it gets 1,000. So a 1065 offensively. Okay. It'd be really cool if you had effects that could top check to see if there was like a climax already sitting there, and if it was, you just drop this and go, all right, let's push, you know? Okay. Scrolling down, got Kiara. Bringing back Accelerate. The Kiara has, when you use Accelerate, you can rest this to salvage and, or not salvage, but you can rest this to put a Hololive from waiting room to stock.
Now, this right here is what I'm excited about.
Yes.
The 3/2 Corone. That is support for the Troudek cards.
I was actually going to ask that, because it says if you have 2 or more of the specific event, that is the Troudek event?
That is the Troudek event.
You get to early play. Okay, let's see. Yo, what is... Okay, I'm already loving this. When this attacks, it gains X equal to the number of your other Hololive characters. When this is reversed, you can pay 1 and discard a Hololive. If you do rest this, then reverse this card's battle opponent.
Yes.
She just never dies.
Yes.
Oh my god, that would be that's a hella standby target, dude. And this is only out of fucking rare. Oh my god, okay, this is... Yeah, I definitely don't remember seeing this the first time I searched through. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you. This is the kind of shit that's like, oh yeah, we're gonna piss off some people.
Oh yeah.
This is the Uno reverse card of early plays. Of just, ha, I killed your early play. No, you. Okay. Then we have 3/2 Kuyori. More Hollow X. Can early play. Can search. Level 3 Flare. Oh, this works with another card from the first set. The Towards the Future Together Shirogane Noel.
Is that the 3/2?
I can't click on it to find out. I'm assuming it might be. It's it can
Sounds
early play if you
sounds
have an
right.
upcoming Noel. Say upcoming, but it says 117. So whichever Noel is number 117 in this list is in your clock. This
Mm.
gets minus a level in hand. Okay, so on play you can either heal one or summon a specific Noel, we're assuming is from the first set, and place it on any slot on the stage. Okay, you do have to pay one stock. It says you may put the top card of your stock into your waiting room, draw a card, and then summon that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Corona.
more Corona.
More trial deck support.
It makes it so the gamers event gains the counter effect.
Yes. Oh
Okay.
wow. Wait a minute. I think the gamers event at that point becomes a torch event.
Oh no. And then this can grab back by sending itself to memory for a cost, and one stock can grab back that level 3 Korone we showed before. Oh, gotcha. We got Kanata that works off of the Hololive 4th gen, which I was using with the Toa combo. Oh, it gets mark. Okay, so it's a the Kanata is a brainstormer. Number 16 is a brainstormer. One, when you pay the cost of that, the 4th gen event, you can send markers underneath instead of stock.
Yeah.
And it has a brainstorm effect to still be able to salvage. But if you send the event, it lets you get markers. If the event gets milled off of the brainstorm, you get markers. That's cool.
Interesting.
Subaru, the Matsuri getting extra soul. There's so many I know I said it before we started recording. There's so many freaking SPs set as well. The Laplace. The Laplace resonates with the 3-2 Laplace. 2. Mel,
The
Coyote.
Koyori resonates with the 3-2.
So that's probably good. Maybe the resonate thing's just going to be
Oh.
with Hollow X in general. But
Yeah,
yep.
Hololux has resonate.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man, so that means the Laplace Darkness is even more important, even outside of it being a really good finisher.
Yep.
Oh god, Hollow X is looking more and more bleak, but we're gonna keep. I say for me picking it up, but it's whatever. So the Kiori resonates. Choose one of your opponent's front row characters. It gets minus 1,000 power, and during this card's battle, the opponent can't play backups from hand. So that's just funny, and you pay no other cost other than resonating. That's awesome, actually. Oh, you the other cost is you rest this card. Sorry, I saw that now. We got Amelia. Amelia's doing accelerate as well. Okay. I've already seen 3 Laplace cards. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I need to see what this event does.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Sorry. The Watame off of the Hololive 4th generation. It's the same effect where it's like the burn multiple times. It says you may discard this card instead of 2 Hololive characters. You have to discard 3, I think it was.
Yeah, it's a discard 3 and pay 4 stock.
Okay. And it's a runner.
Jesus.
Oh
All
god.
right.
This is
That setup's looking more and more viable.
this is gonna bump up the Toa deck. Hell yeah. I gotta fucking mess with that. That's gonna be great. Okay. Once again, the flare here also bonds with the Shirogane Noel that we were talking about before. Or a
Mm-hmm.
specific 2-1 Noel, which is number 141 in this. We got more Iroha. This is more of the art, like the flare and the Iroha and the Mel are all more of the art that, like you said, was from the shorts and the animations that they do. but it looks really good. Like, honest to goodness, their animation's gotten better. Okay, there's a Matsuri that when you play the card's backup, you can pay 1 stock to add a copy of this card from your waiting room to hand. So you just constantly have a 2,500 backup in your hand, basically.
Yeah.
Because you pitch it for the initial backup cost, so it's already in there. You pay 1 extra stock and just grab the same card back, to my knowledge. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. Please correct me in the comments. So, the Koyori has a memory kick for the backup. So. Subaru doing multicolor Subaru things. Also, Jetpack. What's up?
Holux event is not bad.
I just got to it. If you have 2 or less Hall X characters, this can't be played from hand, so you gotta have more. Search your deck for a climax? Wait, what? Oh no. Okay, it's a 1 cost. Search your deck for a climax, add it to your hand. Choose one of your characters that gains 2k power. Okay. So you can search for the Laplace combo. So it depends on what other Hall X character has a climax combo for me. As to, like, you could just search it out with. So that's really crazy. And then we get to the climaxes, and we're at the let's I said, they're all choice triggers. And then we're at green. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 double rares in this. I love the iris. The art for the irises looks so good. But you get to pick. Do you want to go first for this one or what?
Sure. That way you can have the iris.
That works. Go for it. We got the Mio.
So on play, top check up to 2 cards. Choose up to 2 cards. Place them on top of your deck in any order. Send the rest to waiting room. So a little bit of top filtering.
Pretty good.
I like being able to stack the top cards.
Yeah, you did that a lot today, and top checking in the game that we played today.
Yeah. Let's see. Pay 1, pitch a card. On plays or sent from stage to waiting room.
Ooh.
Okay. We pay cost. Reduce extra deck for up to 1 Hololive character. Show 2 opponents. Add to hand.
Yep.
Okay, so it does the it's similar to the juggling Mio from the first set.
Yeah. So it's a drop searcher, yes, but it also searches. It does it when you play it or when it dies. That's actually real cool. I was like, why is this a double rare? Oh, that's why this is a double rare.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense now. The Iris is a 0015. We got Project Hope trait up in here. Hell yeah. When your character's trigger check reveals a soul trigger icon, choose one of your Hololive characters that gains 1,000 power. So that's whether you trigger a climax that has it or a character that has it, which once again is going to play a part when like the Callie and the Ina all have a soul trigger icon. And she's a brainstorm. Pay 1, rest this. Mill 4 for each climax. Salvage back a character. Okay. All right. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Not horrible.
No, that's pretty cool. I haven't even been paying attention. I'm going to scroll back up for just a moment. And I just wasn't even paying attention if there was any. The Iroha is a 1/0 that has a soul trigger icon. Number 30. I'm just looking to see if any others had it where it's like a level 1 or lower. I realize I need to pay more attention to that. I don't typically pay attention to that. Okay, I don't see any others. I'm back up to the Laplace, so back now. Green. Okay, so we had the Callie, the Iroha, and I know Ina has it. All right, the next is the Toa for you.
Yeah. So on play from hand heal, and a pay 1, pitch a card on attack, bar climax. Look at one card from the top of your opponent's deck, place it on top or bottom. Then send the bottom three cards of your opponent's deck to waiting room. Deal X damage. This turn, this gets 1,000 power. X equals the number of level 0 or lower cards sent to waiting room. Okay.
That is, oh, what was it? There was another one I saw recently. Oh, it's the Aaron Titan.
Yeah. The God, what is it called?
What now?
I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's the new Aaron Titan.
Yeah, and you get to top check if it's a level 0 character. You could or level 0 card. You can put it on the bottom of your opponent's deck, and you know you're burning them for at least one.
Right. That is interesting.
Or and it doesn't say up here, but I'm certain it's going to have the stipulation. It might have the stipulation that climaxes are regarded as level zeros. I can't tell because I'm not in Jozu.
Yeah, it should because it states the number of level 0 or lower cards and not characters.
Yeah. So that being
So,
so yeah, so it'll more than likely have that stipulation. It just I just can't tell if it has that up here. So if you look at the top card and you see it's a climax, put it on the bottom anyway. You're gonna get some more burn. So that's really cool, and I'm glad that's on attack. And it's not like on
yeah.
reverse or nothing. So I do very much like that. That is it for the double rares in green. So we're just gonna go through. Let's see what else we got in here. I see a fauna already. So we got a Sora. The fauna is an assist, a global 500. Send the bar. Okay, at the start of Encore, you can sack a specific gold bar climax. If you do, look up to 4 cards, choose a Hololive or event. Doesn't state what kind of event. Show it to your opponent, add it to hand, send the rest to. This is one of those that I love the art. I also love. Sorry, just before we continue on, I'm loving how each of the SP signatures are very unique. Sorry. Let's see. So the fauna is going to be pretty
Caillou
cool.
is on demand clock kick.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Okayu? Yeah. The god that's so the little signature she has for her. I love for every single Okayu signature she puts the first O as she puts the O as an onigiri thing. It just looks so cute. Sorry, I just had to say that. Yeah, so she has one. When you play an event, you can put this in stock. Interesting. And you can rest this, give a character 500 power, and clock. Basically, it's a clock kick, but it's not like clock shoot. Granted, if your opponent doesn't have a card on the top of their clock, it will count as a quote unquote clock shoot. That for a fact. Ooh, we got Bay. We got Bay. We got getting into more council here. What is this? Okay, so she doesn't get she also doesn't really do like a plussing engine, but the makes it so during your opponent's turn this can't be reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool, but it's a bar climax combo gives her that. And on attack, you get to look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose a card amongst them, put it back on top, and the rest go to waiting room. Okay, this would be interesting if the other half of your climax combos was like a standby to try to dig for like triggering standbys.
Yeah.
Or trying to trigger more the gold bar. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Aki. Oh, Fubuki level 3. Number 48 is a Fubuki that digs on play. Look up to 3, choose a card, add to hand. When this attacks, if you have a gold bar in play, pay 1, pitch 2, deal 2 damage to your opponent. Then choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's waiting room, returns them. Your opponent shuffles them into the deck. So On attack, burn 2 and decompress them a little bit. And then her damage goes through. Best friendo. I did it again. I'm not going through looking for crit triggers. Okay. So when I say, like, obviously you're going to have, like, 2s and higher are all going to have crit triggers. But say, I was looking to see if, like, the Aki being a costless having a trigger or not. The Luna doesn't. I always love with the Luna cards how it, like, loses levels. So she counts as, like, level zeros. This card on stage gets -3 level. The character across from this cannot side attack. She's an 11. She can early play, which is. Ooh, she heals from clock to hand. And she has 3 soul. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
She's only a 2 cost with 3 soul. That doesn't happen that often. Okay. Got more Okayu. Ooh, she could become pretty. She's a 106k offensively and defensively for each of your Hololive back row characters. She gains 1k. When you play an event, she gains an ability for the turn. This is when this battle opponent becomes reversed. Look at up to 3. Choose 1 card amongst them, add it to your hands, send the rest to waiting room, and discard 1 card. So a good bit of hand filtering, but it lets you add any card. So once again, kind of goes for the whole, like, gamer events and whatnot. Got the Sora that sends itself to stock when your opponent plays a climax. Interesting. But even then, she is good defensively. A 1045 during your turn. Oh, no. Offensively. 1045 during your turn for each Hololive back row. She gains 1k. Okay. So, being able to nuke herself like that makes it so your opponent might not gain combos. Pretty cool. Typically, you see that on, like, 0. We got a 2/1 Oa that's. It gives that level 3 Aqua an effect that lets you attack your opponent's back row. I haven't seen attacking back row in a hot minute.
Yeah. It's something I haven't seen in a while, but also can't really think of anything that would be relevant against anymore, considering asanas have kind of fallen out of favor.
The only other thing I could think of would be, like, if you had a back row character that was, like, doing assist, like you said, the asana level 3 or whatever, back from, like, not ordinal scale. What am I thinking? Re-edit.
Yeah, like attacking waves.
Armin, the level 3 Armin.
Yeah.
Because
the hexproof Armin.
Yeah, because that's played heavily. Because this doesn't target the Armin to make it say this can be attacked. It targets the Aqua to say that it can do the attack. So okay, it's somewhat meta relevant, quote unquote.
Eh.
More of Fubuki. She technically has a climax combo. If you have a climax on reverse of the battle opponent, she can search. If she attacks at level 3 or higher, she gets a massive buff. Holy crap. Ooh, there's an Aki. It's a 2/1. For each of your other copies of this Aki in front row, she gains an extra 2k. And up to once per turn when you use an axe, she gains an extra 50. So that's big. Okay. The Toa gives buffs until the Toa number 57 On attack, choose one of your other Hololive characters. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, it gains 1500 power and character encore. That could be really interesting to give to any plussing engine, like in general, because you can make them a bit more beefy defensively and offensively for like if you have to reverse or something of that nature. But making it so they also have character encore could be could very much help keep your stuff alive. So, what the fuck is this? There's a Fubuki number 58. She's just holding a cross. I'm imagining her going, "The power of Christ compels you." When this is placed on stage from hand, mill 1. If that card is a climax, search your deck for a Hololive. Add it to hand, and if you do this turn, this card gets the gold trait, and if it doesn't, it gets red trait. I'm assuming that's got some flavor for something. I don't know what the context is for this. Okay. The Mio is on attack top check. If it's a Hololive or an event, this gains 3k power. Okay. We got more Luna. It becomes a level 0 with 8k power. Fuck. Oh, this is kind of cool. There's a Okayu backup, number 63. It's a 3k backup. When you use this card's backup, send X cards from the bottom of your opponent's deck to the waiting room. X is equal to the number of your Hololive. So just making them, like, forcing them to mill is kind of funny.
True.
Oh shit, we got a level 2 Iris. Hell yeah. We got owner versus the battle opponent. If you have a climax in play, you can send a Hololive to from waiting room to stock. And she gets big the turn she's played. She counts herself. Okay. That's still pretty cool. We only have, in green, we only have gold bars, it looks like. But look at this art. Like, for the Bay, it looks really freaking cool. Okay. The Toa. God, the Faunas looks really great. What is it? And that is it for the green. We got to the reds now. We got 1, 2. Oh, we got a Chloe. 3, 4. We got 4 in red, and the last one is Ollie. So we're going to swap this. I'll do the first 2, you do the last 2, so that way you can talk about your girl. Because I want to talk about the Chloe. It just works out better that way.
I'll be honest, I'm actually excited about the Polka. That's a really good card.
Oh, go ahead. Go. I'll let you do Polka then. Go for it.
It's the classic standby 0/0. Bounce to hand when you play a climax to give 1500 power to a character.
Which is,
and you can top check the top card of your deck and put it on top of the deck or into the waiting room.
And you have another on play. Okay.
Yeah. And you can pay 1 when you play the climax to top check up to 4. Choose a Hololive character among them, add it to hand.
Okay.
So it's a recurable mill engine.
Which, even more so, like you said, for standby, it lets you mill a bit more to get more targets into the waiting room, and bounce it back to hand to give another character a buff to make a slot open for the standby. So that may be a very interesting double rare to try to pick up. I don't know how much that's going to be going for, but I do like that, and the art for that's beautiful. So, okay. Then I'll talk about the Chloe and the Ayame, and you get the Ollie. So, flowy. I do like the polka, but uh the Holo X is what we got here. 104k. When this attacks, if you have another Hololive, this gains 3k, so it becomes a 107. On a door trigger. Ooh, okay, and even the level 1 combo resonates with the Law Plus Darkness. So on attack, if you have the door and all of your characters are Hololive, you can resonate, just reveal the darkness, and that's it. If you do, choose a Hololive in Waiting Room, add it to your hand, then reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 1 or higher, send it to stock. So extra stock production and salvaging. It's no other cost other than that. It's just one of those things of you have to get the Law Plus Darkness in hand as soon as possible.
Isn't this the Bunny Girl Union profile?
It reminds me more of the level 1 Kasumi that did like a stock thing and like top check add to hand as well or some shit. I can't remember. I can't. It makes me think of Bang Dream.
It reminds me of something, but I can't place it.
You're 100% correct. There's something else that has something very similar, but I don't think the cost is like Resonate. I have to look at the Bunny Girl Senpai one again, or Union, whatever it was. You said Bunny Girl Union, and I got to thinking Bunny Girl Senpai, and my brain just shifted completely. No, like this is going to be a very interesting plussing engine, and I don't know how. Sorry, I was going to say something, and then I noticed look at this signature on hers. Like, what is it with the little arrows, like pointing different way? Like, what the fuck? You see what I'm talking about here, right? Hold on, I'm gonna zoom in. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what is the going on here?
I don't know.
It almost just looks like shifty eyes or something. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. And then the Ayame is a 3/2/8/5. You have 2 or less climaxes in Waiting Room. This gets -1 level in hand. On play, if you have another Hololive, until end of your opponent's next turn, this gains 2k. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. You either heal 1 or you look at up to 3 cards from the top of the deck and add 1 of them to hands and the rest to Waiting Room. So, do you need to heal or do you need to dig? Type thing.
And on an early play condition that is fairly easy to fulfill, that's not bad.
That is not bad at all. It's like the low base stats is like the drawback, quote unquote, for this being like having all the options that it does. But even then, it's like, okay, for at least a turn and a half, you get a buff. So, that is pretty cool. All right, and we are down to the Ollie. By all means, take it away, my dude. Oh, this is so funny. I'm remembering what this does now. Because I do remember seeing this and I was telling you there was an Ollie.
Yeah. I guess I should start with the climax combo of a pay 1, pitch a Hololive. So this is in Waiting Room at the start of your attack phase. If you have the door climax in your climax area, and you are level 2 or higher, all of your characters are Hololive. You may pay costs if you do place this on stage in any slot. And on play from hand or by the combo effect, you can heal.
I hear you like pulling off standby with your door triggers as well. Like, that is just like, I guess it fits the theme too of being a zombie, like resurrecting yourself type thing. Like, I guess it kind of fits that theme. I don't know. But no, this is actually really cool, and it's honestly, this is a fairly cheap cost to be able to, especially considering you can do it at level 2 or higher. You're early playing as well.
True, and it's interesting.
Yeah. Like, it's really funny if you just have like one character on field and you're just like, okay, go to climax step, and your opponent's like, wait, what? You're not going to play anything else? Oh, just you wait. And you drop down the fucking door. Actually, I'm going to go ahead, since that's the last double rare, I'm going to go check the red climax. See what we're working with, because I think all of those were door. Nope, there is one standby, two standby. There's a polka. Why don't I know who this? Oh, I think that's Robico. I think that's a Robico standby. And the Chloe and the Ollie are okay. Once again, the arts for these are fantastic. Keep it up, Bushi, with the good arts. All right, I'm gonna go back up. I see a Louie. Sorry. Let's go back up to this Ollie, and then we'll go down from. Apparently, there's gonna be some more Robico for you as well. Shit, there's so much red in here. Okay. Sorry, I kept scrolling for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Robico. You can move to back row. Salvages on attack if you mill a climax. You got a Rene. Look at this art for this. I'm sorry, I'm zooming in again.
Look at the SR artwork.
God bless. This is why we stand Pochi Mama.
Like, I was about to say, Pochi Mama going clutch again.
Ain't that? Actually, that's a good question. Do they ask the illustrators to do like the original like illustrators for the girls to do these, or is this all by like the same person?
No, that's
because a lot of the
that certainly looks like Pochi's artwork.
Okay. I mean, I hope it is because I fucking love like all of her artwork. So anyway, sorry. Just continuing on. We got the what is essentially a Dakimakura shot for Choco. Sack itself to Winter Moment Akatsuki, basically. We got a Hachima. She sends herself to memory to summon back the next turn. Yeah, buddy. We got a Louie that also resonates with the Laplace Darkness. When your trigger check reveals a climax, if there's no markers underneath this, you can choose up to one card from Waiting Room. Up to one card? You get to pick the card and put it underneath this card face down as a marker. An act to send the marker, choose one of your other characters that gets +1 soul. Okay. And a act resonate, pay 1 stock, reveal the darkness. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose a Hololive or a Secret Society Holo X event. From amongst them, add it to your hand and put the rest into. So that is a little bit interesting with. So for Holo X, I'm just going to do a little bit of a breakdown. If I end up doing it, I'm doing this breakdown because I've told Miroku I want to build this. Once again, oh god, this fucking art. The level 1 combos on a door, the level 3 combos on a choice. So getting cards back to hand is not going to be difficult in any capacity. And the event searches for the climax combos to begin with, to be able to just pop them anytime that you want. And most of their cards cost just revolves around revealing the Laplace Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking it. I'm not liking the potential price tag, but I'm liking.
I see a lot of double rares and rares for this deck.
I know.
Not a lot of uncommons and commons.
Yeah, like even this Louie right here is rare. I'm going to keep going down and see, because I saw some more Louie and Chloe coming up in red. Let's see. The Anya is pretty good, being able to, when it's on death, pay 1, put the top card of your deck into clock, look at up to 4, choose a level 1 or higher card amongst them, add it to your hand. Pretty cool. Got the Whip and Nene.
Oh, that Nene is absolutely going into the 5th gen.
Yeah, he was testing a 5th gen deck against Joe Schmo today. It was pretty cool.
More memory compression.
Oh, this Miko though. It's like the Rushia. When it's reversed, you return it to hand. When this is reversed, if you have another Hololive and the battle opponent is level 3 or lower, you may reverse that character. And on play, she
Interesting.
heals. So you can standby this in. That's hilarious, just being able to standby this in if your opponent reverses. It's like, cool, this is just going to my hand. This is the Marion you were showing me earlier, just like, hey, look at this plot.
No, look at the plot and look at the price tag.
Yeah, oh yeah, you were
Like
how much was
$2,700.
Yeah, God bless. Early play condition, really easy, 4 or more Hololives. When this is placed on stage from hand, send one of your sack one of your other Hololive characters. If you do, look at up to 1 card from the top of your deck, choose a level 1 or higher card, show it to your opponent, add it to hand. Send the rest to waiting room, then heal up to 1. So it early play heals and digs. It's just really crazy. So get an Oz key. She gives all of your Hololive 15. At the start of your encore, if this is in your front row, and all of your opponent's front row slots are empty or reversed, discard 2 cards. If you do, deal 1 damage, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck or into your waiting room. And until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains an additional 1,000. She's already at 10-5. So she'll be 11-5 by her own by this effect. It makes me think of Joker to a degree. It just doesn't have like all the multiple, like the burn of potential of Joker. So got Ayame, some more Oni Girl for Joe. Ooh, this does it does level swapping. Choose a card in your level and 1 in your waiting room and swap them. So it can make some experience effects easier to trigger for it was all 2nd gen, I think.
Yeah, 2nd gen had a thing where they had experience based off color.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. You are 100% correct. Okay. So that's interesting. And it has twin drive. More Choco. The card is placed in when a card is placed in your level zone, you can pay 1, look up to 3, grab specifically a 2nd gen. So we do have a specific 2nd gen lock effect. So, but I mean, if you're all 2nd gen, then that works. Ooh, an uncommon Chloe. Ooh, an updated outfit Ozki. I'm liking. Let's see. Ooh, this Chloe's really good. This is the Searcher. It either grabs that rare Louis we just talked about, or it grabs the 3/2 Laplace. On specifically on death, you can pitch a Hololive to search your deck for the Laplace. That is really good. It's really funny that you could do this turn 1. You don't have to pay stock. You could summon this, immediately summon over top of it, and then discard to get the Laplace to hand. I'm not saying you should do that, but that is an option.
Yeah, that's a huge minus.
It's a huge minus, but I like that if you absolutely want to get into your hand turn 1, you can. So, so maybe that wasn't Robico. Maybe that was Ozki for this next one, because this Ozki is the standby. What was this number? 86. It says. Sorry. 108. So this is number 86. It was standby 108. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why I thought that was Robo, but it was Ozki. I'm dumb. When this is placed to take from hand, choose one of your other Hololive. Comics combo. Bounce this to hand and sack the standby when the standby is played to search your deck for a Hololive. Now, to my knowledge, that doesn't stop the standby effect from going off, does it? Like you activate the standby, you haven't summoned yet. You need to bounce the Oz key to have an open slot to summon for the standby. But you go ahead and you sack the standby, it doesn't make it so the effect goes away, does it?
I don't believe so.
don't think it would, but either way, if you do that, you
Um,
search your deck for a Hololive and add it to hand. I'm gonna assume that you don't. I'm gonna assume that it doesn't like negate it by any means of the imagination. I'm just unfamiliar.
it shouldn't. I don't
No,
believe.
probably not. We'll find out when we get to that point. Sorry, checking one thing. Okay, no, that's soul triggers. Um, then we have Hachama Morene. On play, you can discard a card on the play of the Rene. Discard a card, choose a cost 0 or lower character in your waiting room, place it on any slot. That could be really good to get whatever plussing engine. So that could be really cool, depending on what your combos for. And when this attacks, choose one of your other Hololives. It gains. Okay. Let's see. On play or death of the Miko, you get to pay to salvage. And she gains a buff on attack. Pretty cool. Get the Marine. Top checking to add a Hololive or the 3rd gen event. Okay, this is the Polka. Okay, yeah, this is the Polka that works off the other standby. Ooh, she's a standby target to begin with. If you have 2 or more Hololive, she gains 2k, making her a 1175. On attack, if you have the standby, choose a level X or lower Hololive. X is equal. Add it in your. Choose a level X or lower Hololive. Add it to hand, and she gains an additional 1k. X is equal to the number of cards in your memory with different.
Okay, that's interesting.
Agreed.
In set one, 5th gen has 2 top end options: the Polka, which is on a gate, or the Nene, which is also a standby, if I'm remembering right.
I think so. I have to look again. I think you're
So this
correct though.
gives the option of a 2 standby deck
Pretty
that
much.
would be coherent. Huh.
I do like this, and it being like a standby target as well on top of all that is really cool. And from what I
Completely
saw,
unnecessary, but
yeah, no,
interesting.
100%. From what I saw today with you playing against Joe, you were able to get the cards in memory pretty quickly.
Yeah. There's a lot of cards for 5th generation that puts themselves or puts other cards into memory.
Okay.
So you can stack up memory. It's not uncommon to be 4 or 5 deep by the time you get into the mid range of the deck.
I gotcha.
So
This Louis is an anti-change, the 2500 and pay 2 and sack a character to send to anti-change sending your opponent's character to the waiting room. Heck yeah.
speaking of, um the Nene 2/2 down here
Oh shit.
changes into the level 3 I was talking about earlier.
Oh shit. It do. So this is a this is also a standby target that summons the other. Oh god, at the start of your climax phase. So you have to keep her around for like a turn, but then you could. And she sent her
Yeah, but look at the cost. You
send her
pay
to
one,
memory.
pitch one, and stack it to memory.
Well, if you trigger like at level 1 and you put her like in backstage or something, that's nowhere near as bad in my.
Oh, absolutely not.
But then like sending her to memory, it's another name into memory for 5th gen. Okay. I do like that. That's actually really cool. So once again, like you said, like we said with the options of like having 8 standby 5th gen deck, probably gonna happen at some point. There's a Nene
It's looking
that
that way.
it works off of another Lammy being in memory. But it also, at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this to an empty front row slot. So that's some more stuff for 5th gen. The polka's really cool. On play of this level 0, if you have 2 or less cards in memory, you can choose a copy of this specific polka in waiting room and send it to memory. So more easy ways to get to that.
And the thing I'm noticing is a lot of the new stuff doesn't cost stock to go to memory. Most of the older stuff in set 1 has a stock cost to go to memory.
Oh, okay.
So this frees up a lot of stock.
It do.
A lot.
Got an Ayame that gets big and summons more copies of itself. Got a Roboco here. 104k during your turn gets 2k. When your other Hololive character is frontaled, pay 1, sack this, return that character to hand. Got a Louis. So 104k. For each of your other back row Hololive, this gets plus 1k power. So it can become a 106. When this attacks, if you have 2 or more other Hololive characters, look at the 2 cards on the top of your deck. Choose a card amongst them, put it back on top of your deck. Send the rest to waiting. So just a little bit of filtering, trying to dig a little further. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. The Choco is a common event. Or common event, fucking shit. Common backup. A 1/1 4k backup. Oh, but it's because it has the stipulation of when you use this card's backup, choose 1 card from your level and 1 climax in your waiting room and swap them. Now, if you don't have any in your waiting room when you activate this, you don't have to worry. But you would have to use the like swapping effects in your level to get around that. Okay, I just saw it was like, why does this say plus 4,000? What the fuck? Okay, that explains that. We got this Chloe and this Maureen work off of each other, so this is really cool.
Yeah.
They summon. Basically, they're each going to have the effect to be able to like summon each other. Or no, the Chloe can summon the Maureen. The Maureen. So if you have another of the 2/1 Maureen, this gains 4k. So she's going to be a constant 2/1-10/5. On play, pitch a Hololive to summon the Maureen from waiting room. If you have another of the Chloe, this gains 2 abilities. During your turn, gains 5k. During your opponent's turn, when this is reversed, if the battle opponent is level 2 or lower, you may reverse that character. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, choose one of the Chloe and this card and stand and swap them. So you could it gives you an interesting little defensive thing in my mind, where you're able to. They're both going to be big. You're going to be able to attack with both. The Maureen's going to be slightly bigger, but depending on what your opponent tries to attack, you can specifically swap to try to get her in front of a level 2 or lower character, so she becomes a reverser against them, which is pretty cool. Got an Anya. The Anya on play, pay 1, pitch 1, search your deck for a door. Interesting. Okay, sorry. She's a 2/7k. During your turn, if you have a full field, she gains 5k and your opponent can't play event or backups from hand. Cute. Heals you cutely, smile. And that is it for the reds. Then we get into the blues. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue double rares. It doesn't matter which order we go for this. I'm not like vying to talk about any of them. We'll let you choose.
Go for it.
Go for it. All right. So the first one is this Lammy. It says 0015. When this attacks, if all of your characters are Hololive, choose one of your characters. 1,000 power. Pretty cool. When this is reversed, if all of your characters are Hololive, you can pay one. Put a Hololive character from your waiting room on the bottom of your clock and send this to memory. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 character amongst them, show it to your opponent, add it to hand, send the rest to win. This isn't like uncommon for this type of cost or whatever. But the sending to memory, like you said, is like, oh, typically most of the sending to memory stuff is like you got to pay like a stock or something. So this fits that bill.
Yeah.
At least it's not like where you have to have like 2 or less in memory or some shit like some of the other ones, but it's whatever.
Yeah, there's at least 2 or 3 that require 2 or less memory for their effects to go off. So
Okay,
it's nice to have more options.
that's fair. All right, but then we have a Muna double rare. That is all you.
Alright, so on play of a climax, again, pitch a card. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck, then choose 1 level X or lower character from your waiting room, add to hand. X is equal to the level of the revealed card.
Okay.
So
It's the
not
extra
the
little
worst.
thing. Yeah, it's just an extra little thing. It's on top of being able
Then
to
we
do.
got typical tap self brainstorm
Always good.
and the search.
One thing I've noticed with a lot of sets are going to just like a pay 1 tap self, whether it's in like double rare
Yeah,
or rare.
yeah. It's honestly rare to see any tap 2 brainstorms anymore.
I still see them on occasion, like Joe had today with slime, but like you said, it seems to be much more common where they're going away from the tap 2 characters stipulation. So I'm saying that's a good thing. I'm liking that, at least from what I've
Bring
noticed.
back tap, bring back tap 2 brainstormers. Just make them stronger.
Just make them stronger. Um, Next we have the double rare Shion. She's an oversized 0035. All of your opponent's characters get a encore of 2. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this to an empty front row center slot. Okay, so she's a run. I was like, why is this a double rare? But it's because she's a runner, middle runner.
Yeah.
So
Oversized runner.
and this is
Free runner.
yeah, and this is probably the card of the day. Might as well say, like, we're not trying to take Lunchbox's job, but this is probably going to be the card of the day right here. Is this Gura? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like, did you look up the price for how much this was in JP? You said
I think it was like $14, $15, which is about the same price as the set 1 modding over there.
pretty much. So
So
yeah, if that's any indication. So
3 to 8K, that becomes an 11K if you only have Hololive characters.
which is still defensively an 11K, not just like during your turn, which is like a stipulation for a lot of them.
That heals on play.
Yep.
And on attack, pay 2, pitch 1, pants, climax combos in a climax area, and you have 6 or less hand. You can burn 2 to your opponent. Then resolve the following effect twice. Build the top card of your deck. If that card has a soul trigger, burn 1.
So potential on attack, burn 2. Potential burn 1, then burn 1, then her damage. Is actually crazy. And once again, capitalizing on the whole, if that card that you mill has a soul trigger, that is what procs the extra damage. So every single like 0 and level 1 that has a soul trigger icon is going to be in a deck that runs. Because they're going to try to like capitalize on that.
It's one of the crazier cards I've read recently. And you're talking every attack, you have a chance of 4 instances of damage.
Pretty much. I just realized the synergy as well. The level 1 Callie is yellow. She has a soul trigger.
Yeah.
The level 1 Iroha is yellow. She has a soul trigger. So that's your level 1 lineup right there with those two more than one. And then the Ina has a soul trigger, not counting your other level 2s, your level 3s. If you put backups that have a soul trigger icon, you can get this to be fairly fucking consistent in my. And we haven't even seen the rest of the set. I've been trying to keep an eye out for others, but we haven't even seen the rest of the set. There might be other.
I imagine we might see some more in blue. I have a feeling yellow blue might be the build for this.
Good point. So if there's 2 in yellow, there probably is 2 in blue. You got a very good point. So maybe we'll find out in a second here. The last double rare is this 3-2 Risu, which we do love us some squirrel. 3-2 10k on play heal 1. At the start of your attack phase, if you have the pants in your climax area and you have another Hololive character, this gains one of the following 2 abilities of your choice. When this attacks, choose up to one Hololive character or one character in your waiting room. Add it to hand, then choose a Hololive character in your waiting room, send it to stock. So salvaging and stock building, or when the card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may send it to clock. On reverse clock shooting, if you get over the character or salvage back what you need, yeah, it's a good card. I like it anyway. So that is it for the double rares. So we got a Pecora Brainstormer, Salvage Brainstormer. I like how up here it's like, note, has a soul trigger for the Ina. And the Ina is a climax swapper. So,
always good.
Let's see, we have Noelle. Runs in front. Gains a marker on play if you top check a Hololive, and it gets plus a level and 1500 power. That's a good card. Crony. You can sack herself to bounce back a Hololive that's getting frontaled. She's big on your turn. On your turn, she gets plus 1 level and 1500 power if all your characters are Hololive. That's pretty cool. Got Aqua. Got a Mume Pants Trigger combo. On attack, if all of your characters are Hololive, look at one card from the top of your deck, choose a Hololive or event, add it to hand, then choose a Hololive in your waiting room, add it to hand, and then discard one card. Oh, okay. She runs back to the waiting room to grab something because she forgore.
Yeah.
So she can actually plus you quite a bit. Even if you top check like an event or something, or not event, like a climax, she can still salvage back and you hand filter. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh wow, that Botan art though.
Yo, I like that. I like that a lot. And there you go. There's a soul trigger, 2k. Oh, this is interesting. Part of the cost is sending her to memory. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. The thing that I'm wanting. Sui say it's a rare. I didn't realize this was a rare. I thought this was a double rare. 3-2 10k on play heal 1. If you have the pants, you can pick one of the following abilities at the start of your attack phase. Either send all of your opponent's characters to memory, and if you do, place them on separate. Place it on the stage in separate slots. Or when this attacks, you can pay 1, pitch 1, deal 2 damage. So, yeah. I definitely want this, but since it's on a rare, I might have a better chance of it not being stupid expensive. So, time will tell, and that's not a reference to Crony here. But obviously the clock having alarm
is appropriate.
Very. Let's see. I'm just kind of glancing over stuff now. The 2-1 Botan number 129, if it becomes reversed, it sends itself to memory. But it also, when it's reversed, it's a anti-change. It's a bottom deck anti-change. Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. We got another level 2 Suisei that lets you grab back the Toa and the Aqua. Which it's not. This specific Aqua that's right under it lets you grab it back.
Mm.
The Aqua has a restand effect. Pretty cool. Okay, the way that I'm reading this, it just says if you have the new Toa and the Suisei above her, she gets minus the level in hand, but it just says like on field. It gets that. That's pretty cool. Then we have just continuing on down. I'm just kind of glancing over it real quick. The Eofi lets you grab the Risu, the 3/2 Risu. The level 0 Suisei has a combo to summon out the new 3/2 Suisei if you're level 2 or higher. Pretty cool. God bless. There's so much memory stuff for like 5th gen. I'm not like trying to say that's a bad thing. It's just like there's a lot. You're eventually just not going to have a deck.
Fifth gen is very memory oriented, and there's ways to build it to make it like hyper compression memory.
Yeah.
But there's just so much memory hate now in the card pool that if your opponent has 5 or more memory, shuffle them down to like 4.
Oh yeah, that was specifically like a Mume or something. I do remember that.
There's a bunch of cards like that now.
And I didn't really see anything else to the end of blue, and we have everything is pants. That's actually real cool. So the Gura is pants, the Suisei is pants. Hell yeah. And the last little bit of stuff here is we have Nodoka, we have promos. Scoot this back over just a little bit. Shop
I
promos.
forgot to ask about promos earlier.
Yeah, I realized when we were at our locals, we forgot to ask if they had any. So, it's all good. We'll just have to ask next time. There's a promo Nodoka, a promo Iris, an Ozki, and an Achan. Achan is it's placed on stage from hand if you have another Hololive. Choose up to two cards from your hand, send them to stock in any order, and on play this gets 1500 power.
All right.
So she's just trying to get a little bit extra stock, whatnot. The Oski's pretty cool. On play as a drop searcher. It literally, like, the effects and everything, it's basically the Miko. The Miko level 0 from the trial deck, was that a drop searcher or drop salvager? I think it's searcher, right? I don't remember.
That is a good question.
It's like we're both blanking on that one. Yeah. But that is basically the end of the Hololive Volume 2. There's a level 3 Iris here, I would get as well. But this is like an anniversary store promo. I don't know. That's on JP side. I don't know if it's going to come to English. I don't know if any of these promos are going to come to English, but it'd be cool if they did. Chan and whatnot.
I mean, I would imagine they will, but to what extent is frightening.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I'm just scrolling back up, kind of just looking over art real quick. Even the Ina's art looks like really crazy cool. Yeah, we'll just we'll end it on the Gura. But yeah,
yeah, I only noticed a couple cards that had the soul trigger.
Yeah, so that means those are definitely going to be played probably in play sets for stuff like this, for like the Gura and whatnot, or anything else that revolves around the soul trigger icon like the Kali does.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're gonna be trying to go for maximum efficiency if you're the Gurukali setup. It's understandable. Granted, you can run stuff without that, but because those two run off of like Soul Trigger icons, it's just best to go for the consistency on that.
Right.
But it's whatever. Only time will tell in terms of what the prices are going to look like. Because obviously, you're going to be able to mix it with other stuff from the first set and premium booster as well. So, this might be a good time to go back over like the premium booster at some point and see if there was any others that had that, like the Soul Trigger icon or something we just didn't notice.
Right. I don't remember any, but then again, that's again something I don't typically look at.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's something that like not a lot of people really notice until you're triggering the card and they're like, "Oh shit, that's there," you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is gonna do it for this episode in particular. Uh, we are big VTuber simps, so it's gonna be very interesting when this comes out how much our wallets are gonna get drained.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go transfer some money tomorrow.
Like I'm just gonna go ahead and just PayPal it to you or whatever the fuck, and just like, yeah. I am excited for any Hololive stuff that comes out, whether it's a new volume, whether it's a new premium booster, or whatever the fuck. I also know that they're having a bunch of the girls do like box openings and pack openings, which has been really cool to see. Uh, the day of recording
I
this,
mean,
Callie's going to be doing one tonight.
that is the best marketing they could ever like come up with.
Yeah, that is very true. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to be going to look at some other cards in a moment here. So we're just going to be signing off for now. I'm excited for when this drops, and I am also fearful for when this drops. So, once again, thank you to Miroku for coming back. It's been for fuck ever, even though you're one of the people who started this channel to begin with.
Eh,
We got to have you back
what can you say?
sooner. We got to have you back more than just every like 100 episodes. So.
Yeah, well, when schedules align, right?
This is true too. It just kind of worked out this week. So, yeah. We'll. I really ain't got any other closing remarks. My brain's just processing everything that I just saw. Oh my goodness. Here's hoping I can get the Suisei for cheap, but that's whatever. If nothing but a fan ever watches this, I'm right there with you, my dude. I'm same. Except for the feet thing. I don't understand the feet thing. That's you. I can understand the steppies, but not like the feet thing specific. I don't know. We're gonna sign off then. Thank you very much to Miroku again, and please like and subscribe. If not, just thanks for stopping by to hear us simp over VTubers. Yeah. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.